Candace Owens, she said Kamala's mother was in the CIA's MK Ultra program, and Kamala may be part of it too. And I agree. All of these people in government have ties to the CIA. Look at Obama. Obama and his mother was part of the CIA. His grandparents were part of the CIA. The Ford Foundation, which is a CIA front. All these elitists have ties to the CIA, and the CIA run them. So I'm interested to hear what Candace has to say about this. I haven't seen it yet, but I definitely believe she's her and her family is part of the CIA. So we're going to check this out. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my X account and my Instagram. So follow me there as well. All right, let's get right to this clip. Let's jump right in. Here we go.
Tells, and he also intimated to me that her mother was working on behalf of the MK Ultra program for the CIA. So you have this woman who has she's just like a blank vessel. You know, she can be whatever you tell her to be at any day that you tell her to be.
And by the way, this sounds shocking to people that aren't well informed about history. Theodore Kaczynski, LA Times, New York Times, was in the MK Ultra program. It's been proven that Charlie Manson was in it.
Yep.
It just goes on that, and that was just one area that
and possibly Sirhan was part of. They manipulated him into doing what he did to Bobby Kennedy.
Frank Church Committee got into in the late 70s. That was just a pinhole into a larger universe. And that's what I believe about Kamala from the picture we see, like Tim Walz, clear communist Chinese agent. It's all come out. You know, Confucius Society, all of it. You know, sex operative controller, all of it.
Yeah. Tim Walz is definitely a CI, definitely a Chinese, a CCP, what do you call it? Spy, or whatever you want to call it.
You look at Kamala, exactly. MK Ultra, sex operative cutout. The way she sometimes can be smart, usually really dumb, different personalities. I've thought this privately. Since you said it, I'm going to go ahead and say it. She has the perfect signature of someone that's been through trauma-based mind control.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the journalist said. And he knew her parents. I mean, he knew her mother.
Okay, well, I've been following you, but I didn't know this. Everybody's been calling me saying, you got to get Candace on. I'm going to shut up then. Start over. This is huge.
Yeah, so this is a journalist. You can watch this on my YouTube page, guys. You can head over to the live tab. And we had on Yoichi Shimatsu. He's a Japan editor, and he had written this piece about how her mother was in the MK Ultra program. He personally hates Kamala because a person that helped her get through law school, who was his protege, wound up dead in extremely, extremely suspect circumstances. That man's name was Jeff Adachi. He made an enemy of the San Francisco mafia, and he wound up dead with some very suspicious things happening at the medical examiner's office. It was a huge scandal. And so he basically wrote this piece out of exasperation and anger. And he said, people do not realize what she is. Her mother worked at a hospital in, I want to say Montreal. In Montreal, where they were running the MK Ultra program. And he was speaking extensively about how she was brought over because she was very good with apes. And at this time is when you had like Jane Goodall, and you had, they were really interested in experimenting on apes in order to determine what they could do to humans psychologically. And so she got drafted into the MK Ultra program. Now, I know that the depictions that she tells you about her childhood are not real because, Alex, I don't know if you know this, but while I've been doing this series, Kamala's family members reached out, the ones that are not communists, to verify that she's been lying about her genealogy and said her mother was extremely strict on her. You know, those girls were run like a military, probably because it was a military program. It was a CIA program. And
well, I definitely believe it. That's why she is like, she's a vessel. She's vapid. There's nothing there. That's why she can't do anything off the cuff, and everything is fully scripted because there is nothing there. MK Ultra has like took all her personality, and this is what you get.
So it is extremely alarming that this guy comes out. He tells you he's from the same circles as Kamala Harris. No one has been able to debunk anything that he has said, and it does look like when you see where her mother worked, and you are familiar with the MK Ultra program, which, like you said, you can look this up on Wikipedia. This is not a conspiracy. That Kamala may have been drafted into that program. It's quite terrifying.
And unlike most headquarters being Virginia or D.C. or Maryland for other federal programs, San Francisco is the recognized world headquarters of MK Ultra and its privatization operations.
Correct.
That came out in the Senate hearings in the 70s.
Yep.
That's correct. And that there's a book that I've been recommending everybody read called Chaos, which talks about that's why Charles Manson was all throughout California. He was a Fed. He got turned in prison, taught how to hypnotize people. And the purpose behind that, again, was war. Just to be clear, they lied about what happened that night with the Manson murders. He wasn't there. He was a Fed. The women were people that were working on behalf of the Feds. And they wanted America to think that this mass murder had happened and it was executed by a hippie commune, when in fact it wasn't. The CIA was verifiably there that night, thanks to the remarkable journalistic work of Tom O'Neill in the book Chaos. They were there that night because America, everyone was on LSD, thanks to the CIA, but they had this effect where nobody wanted to go to war. It was like peace, love, rock and roll. And so when they said, no, we want to go to war, we want to go to war right now. We want to go to Vietnam. We're going to do this in Cambodia. They wanted everyone to snap out of this LSD reverie. And what better way to do it than with a psychologically traumatizing event? Speaking about how, they carved a baby out of this actress that everybody loves and, wrote her blood on the wall. People instantly, they say this is the day the music died. The hippie generation ended the day of the Charles Manson murders, and the reporters all started reporting on it and how gory it was. And people were terrified. And suddenly the peace love generation ended. So it was a psychological program. Charles Manson was in fact an MK Ultra Fed, which is fascinating.
All facts. He was a Fed. And how come all of these politicians, all of these elites that's trying to tell us what to do and try to run us have ties to the CIA? The CIA is evil. It needs to be disbanded, just like the FBI. This is why they took out JFK, because JFK was going to get rid of the CIA. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest news. Until next time, peace.